Hello and welcome again. I am Mr. Smith and welcome to Strictly Algebra. Today's lesson will be multiplying monomials by a polynomial. Now, you're going to use everything you had learned in the last lesson and we're going to apply it to this lesson. And the first thing we're going to apply to this lesson is distributive property. We must bring that over. Bring the distributive property over. Remember, anything outside of the parentheses, we take that term and we multiply everything that's inside the parentheses. So everything, that term that's outside the parentheses, we take and multiply everything that's inside that parentheses. Let's take a closer look at that real quick as a review. We got 5x. We got 5. Let's go back to white here. We got 5 times x minus 3 plus 6. Remember? So everything outside the parentheses, we're going to multiply inside the parentheses. So 5 times x will give me 5x. 5 times a negative 3, the sign that's in front of the number now. 5 it'll give me a negative 15 plus 6. All right. But are we done? No, we're not done. Combine the like terms. These are like terms. Remember, I said everything we brought from last lesson, we're going to bring to this lesson. We're going to make sure you understand, okay? So we got 5x, got a negative 15. Use your number line, plus 6 will give you a negative 9, right? 5x minus 9 is your answer, all right? Let's go back. Let's go forward. Now, multiplying a monomial by a polynomial give you a negative. If you see, the monomial is negative 5x. Sorry. The monomial is a negative 5x. Everything that's in parentheses is a polynomial. Okay? Now, before we go any further, we must know the product rule of exponents. We must know the product rule of exponents. Now, this says x raised to the power a times x raised to the power b is x raised to the power a plus b. This is all you're saying is you're taking your powers or you're taking your exponents and you're adding them together. So you're just adding the number that's on the top. If you don't have a number, it's a 1. Okay? So if you don't have a number, it's 1. So you got to add something, right? So let's go and let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right. This will give us x a times x to the b. Just review so you'll understand. It'll give you a plus b. So if I have x squared times x to the third, like we had in this last slide, which will be x a 2 plus 3. Okay? Then all you got to do is add it together. X to the what? 5th. Boom. Okay? Now, we have x to the 5th. There's another way. We can break this down even more. So we got x squared times x to the third. If you expand it, you'll have x. You have 2 x's here times 3 x's here, right? So another way you can see it, that'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 x's. So x to the 5th, x raised to the 5th power. All right. Now, moving on. Moving on here. Your turn. Pause the video. Come right back. I'm going to work it out with you. All right. All right. Welcome back. Now, we're going to take these terms and we're going to work them out. So, the first one was 2x squared times 3x. All right. Let's expand them so you can see what's going on. And then you can just cut out once you learn how to expand and do it without expanding, then you're good to go. Okay? So we got 2. 2 times what? X times X times 3 times X. Now, 2 times 3 is what? 6. How many X's do you have? 1, 2, 3. X to the what? Third. That is your answer. All right. Let's change the color back to white. Now, let's do the next one. Same way. We have a negative 6x squared. And you have x to the third. So, let's expand it. Negative 6 times x, that's 2 x's, times 3. 1, 2, 3 x's. So all I got to do now is say negative 6 is all by itself. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 x's. So x to the 5th power. There's your answer. How did you do? Good. I know you did great. All right. So going back, let's get into it. Not there yet. Again, multiplying a monomial by a polynomial. Let's take a look. All right. So write this down. All right. So we have a negative 3x times 2x squared minus 6x plus 1 plus 5x. This is our target for the day. We're already there. So all we got to do is multiply the one, either one. We got to multiply the negative 3x times the 2x squared. So we got negative 3 times x times 2 times x times x. Do we want to do this? No, you're going to get confused. It's a lot. It's a lot. So let's graduate. Let's graduate from expanding and let's do the rules. So we have negative 3. Do it one at a time. If you do it one at a time, you'll get it. Negative 3 times 2 is a negative 6, right? How many x's do you have? You have 2 x's here. You have 1 x here. So that's 1. That's x to the third. It's 3 x's. 1x, 2x. So we have a negative times a negative. It gives me a positive. 3 times 6. It gives me 18. Yes? X times x. That's 2 of them. So that's x squared. Yes? And then negative 3x plus 1 is the same thing. It's just negative 3x. And bring down your plus 5x because that's not in, this is not in the parentheses. Right? So where are my like terms? Right here. These are my like terms because they look alike. So we have negative 6x squared plus 18x squared. Is it minus or is it plus? 5 is bigger. It's plus 2x. Box it up because that's your answer and ship it out. All right. Now, let's go back and let's finish. I'll take a look. All right. There's your answer. Just in case you couldn't see it because my big head was in the way. It's all right. I am prepared. I got you. All right. Let's keep going. Your turn. Feel free. Pause the video. Pause the video. Welcome back. Strictly Algebra, Mr. Smith. Your turn. We're going to explain both of these. Bonus time. All right. So 2x times 3x squared plus 5 parentheses minus 1. Okay. Everything in the parentheses, you're going to multiply times 2x. Right? So 2 times 3 will give you 6. One at a time. If you do one at a time, one term at a time, you won't mess it up. So you have 1x here, 2x is here. You got x to the third. All right. 2x times 5. 2 times 5, it'll give you a positive 10. How many x's do you have? X. What you have at the end? Negative 1. Box it up. Ship it out. Alright. That's the first one. I hope you did real good. Alright, so we got negative 3x. In parentheses, we have x to the third minus 2x. Just in case you didn't write it down the first time. X squared here. So we're going to take negative 3x, multiply everything in the parentheses. So negative times a negative gives you a positive. 3 times 4 gives you 12. How many x's do you have? X to the 4th. 3 x's here, 1 x here, x to the 4th. Negative times a negative gives me a positive. 3 times 2 will give me 6. How many x's do you have? X squared. Bring down a positive x what? Squared. Are you done? Of course not, because we have over here, we have like terms. So we have to combine the like terms. We don't need the positive anymore. 12x. We have 6x squared plus an x squared will give me what? 7x squared. Because what's here? There's a 1 here. Automatic 1. If it was nothing there, it'd be 0. All right? Are we done? Don't forget your 4 right there. Yes, we are done. Beautifully done. All right? Now, just in case you hate my handwriting, there are the answers. Okay? All right. Multiplying a monomial by a polynomial. All right? Are we done? No. We did one term. Now we got to do, we did one variable. I'm sorry. We did one variable. Now we got to do 2 variables. Ooh, 2 variables. There we go. All right. Let's take a look. Boom. Now, we have x squared y, 2 variables, 2x squared plus y minus 3. You're going to take x squared times y multiplied times everything that's inside of the what? Parentheses. Yeah, you got it. Boom, here. So you do the same thing we just did. Just do it one at a time. 1 times 2 is 2. How many x's do you have? X to the 4th. How many y's do you have? 1. Plus, how this one times x squared times y times a positive y, right? How many x's do you have? X squared. How many y's do you have? You have 2 of them, so it's y squared. Minus this times this one. You have a negative what? 3 times what? X squared. How many x's do you have? And how many y's do you have? Are you done? Yes. Make sure you look at and see if they're like terms. Make sure you look and see if they have like terms. But you are done. Remember, one at a time. The x's go with the x's. The y's go with the y's. The constants go with the constants. Put it down there. You got it. Okay? Feel free to rewind. Rewind. There's your answer. Yes. Yes. All right. Now, your turn. Are you ready for this? Yes, you are ready. Go ahead. Pause the video. All right. Welcome back. Strictly Algebra. Mr. Smith, your turn. How did you do? I know you did good. I know you did good because you was paying attention and you was locked in and you know all the answers. We're going to go straight to the last one. Why? Because I like it. 3y and this is a negative 2y. All right. So you're going to take this y. It's still 2 variables. You still see an x and a y, right? Okay. So you got y times 6x. So we got 6xy. y. Yes? Y times a negative 3y. Negative 3. How many y's do you have? Y squared. Alright. Do you take this y and multiply it times that? Wrong. So bring down your negative to what? Y. Do you have any like terms? No, you do not have any like terms. Ding, ding, ding. Alright. If you want me to show you that first problem, comment below and I will make a special video for you. Alright. Now, keep it going. There are your answers. Remember all the stuff that we taught you in the parentheses. You're only multiplying what's in the parentheses, okay? Remember to take it one at a time. You see a negative and a negative, do that first. Negative times a negative is a positive. Then do the constant. Then do the variable. You'll have it. All you got to do is count. How many y's do you have? How many x's do you have? Okay? This concludes my show. Monomial times a polynomial. Strictly algebra. Breaking it down for you, man. Mr. Smith, out. Beep, 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 beep.